everyone, we're in pin number 1 checking out a group of purebred gilts and a couple crosses, and Dad has caught now, this is 18-9. She's a DW back on Hollywood Boulevard. Guys, we are pumped about this litter. We're going to see 2 more sisters of her. These guys, their mama came from Andy Rash when we bought out his sow herd, and these are the first spots to ever be born, this litter right here. As we study and analyze this gilt, she's extremely good. She's square-chested, big top. Look at that shape up over her loin edge. Really good stout in that hip and hind leg as she's going away from you. And she stands down on a really big foot and bone. That's a gilt that we like an awful lot.
Coming up, talk about the sisters, what they done to Denver.
Yep, her mom is 24-5. That'd be their mom's sister, so their aunt is 24-4, which we have some pigs in the sale out of. She raised the champion spot out at Denver this year. So just some really awesome pedigree to these guys. Coming up next, I believe this is 18-7. Again, these are out of DW. Guys, I think this gilt is pretty cool. Look at her get out and go. She's extremely sound structured. She's big boned. She's up-headed, attractive, has a lot of natural internal mass and volume to her through that center portion of her body. Get on top of her, extremely good in terms of that muscle shape and really shapely out through that hip and hind leg. Also big old stout skull in her. I think she's a big time one as we get into these summer months. We'll see if Dad can get the last trio of these litter mates we have in this pen. This is 18-10. 18-10, and I think she's kind of the combination gilt of this pair as she gets out here and goes for us. She's wanting to hide back in the corner. There she goes. Watch her as she's coming at you. She has a big old chest floor in her. She's wide coming at you. She's square topped, really square in terms of that hip and hind leg as well. She today is probably the greener one of the 3 sisters we have in this pen. But guys, I really like how she's put together. She's extremely complete. She's extremely square at the ground. Good on those legs, good muscle shape, good hip shape, super stout in her structure. One that I'm really excited about. Jumping over, we have a pair of Littermate Crossbred gilts in this pen, and the one Dad has caught, the belted gilt. She is 63-4. These are the Disciple, back on Dirty Secret. Again, their mama's one that we got off of Andy Rash, and goes back to some same genetics as Next Gen. Guys, I think this one is pretty cool as we get her out from that side profile. She's extremely neat necked and up through that jawline. Let's get her out of the crowd a little bit. Really level in that top line. Big old square top. Extremely shapely out through that hip. Gets out and moves extremely well. She has that big time, kind of big ring look to her as far as attractiveness goes. One that I'm extremely excited about, and I can't wait to see how she does at these summer shows. Jumping over to her sister, a gilt that I extremely love, partly because I always wanted to show blue belted gilt when I was growing up. This is 63-3. Again, they're out of the Disciple, back on Dirty Secret. And guys, I think this gilt is extremely cool. I just love how she's put together. She sounds structured, she's big boned, she's wide at the ground. She carries that width up through that upper skeleton. Extremely square and true in that top shape up over her loin and out through her hip. Really good in terms of depth of body and center rib. Gets out and moves extremely well. Super attractive. One that I could just come out here and watch walk all day long. And she's also marked extremely cool, I think. One that I have a lot of high hopes for, and I like an awful lot. That's 63-3. The gilt that's left in this pin, this is a Berkshire gilt. She's a Brace Yourself, back on IR. Again, her mama is one we purchased off of Andy Rash. And this is one cool looking Berkshire gilt. I really like her from the side profile. She's tall at the point of her shoulder. She's up-headed. She's jet level down that top line. She sets good in that hip and hind leg. Really good in terms of center body dimension. You get on top of her. She also has really good shape down that loin and out through her hip. She may be a notch greener today, guys, but that's okay. It's a long time until we get to these shows in June and July. I really like how she's put together. I think this is one that you can have a lot of fun in the show ring, but also take home and make one heck of a sow. A really good group of gilts as we get started off with this sale today.